Let's see if y'all can hear us. This is the Frame100, not quite podcast, live event is what we're calling it. The BFG BFD Combo Weekend. I'm Chris, here with Sam. How's it going, Sam?
Good.
Cool. We got Trev down here. How's it going, Trev?
Hello, I'm doing just fine.
Excellent. Jared's in the middle. Jared, your profile picture is like a big profile picture behind it. It looks like it has a massive halo. How's it going?
That's beautiful. I love it.
There we go. And we also have our special guests, the four monkeys, specifically Mama and Papa Monkey. How you guys doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Cool. It's good to have you here. There we go. All right, everyone dab for the camera. There we go. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in this podcast already.
Absolutely. For our very observant viewers, you will note that Sam has finally dabbed. He has succumbed to the force or the dab force or whatever since Brickfilm Day.
When you shave the mustache,
all bets are off.
All bets are off, yeah.
It's too good.
Anyway.
Cool. So this is a really packed weekend. We got the Brickfilmers Guild 2019 Awards, which is going to be awesome. We also have Brickfilm Day going on. The four monkeys got to run to a stream pretty dang soon, but we managed to intercept them for a quick update on everything that's going on. So I offered a bribe to ensure that Trev's horror film would win. Did it win?
No spoilers, right?
Dang it!
So close.
We had to record the results video. We didn't do it till yesterday, so if we did that, then you're just going to have to wait.
Man, these guys are good. It's like CIA level here. Nice.
No promises on how that turned out, but we did our best.
we all do. That's just kind of the name of the game here.
I'll do it. So I guess get the conversation rolling in a less spoilerific direction. What would you say you guys' impressions were of the entries and awards this year? Just kind of walking in.
There were some really good entries this year. Most of them were really good. In fact, there were some that didn't get any nominations that should have, and we had to make a category just for those films because there were some that just missed out on some of the main categories.
Yeah, I think there were probably more, top quality brick films that made it harder to choose. Thankfully, I was not a judge. I would have had a really hard time. I had a couple of favorites. Only one could win, but it was tough though.
I can imagine.
Nice
so.
To see all the participation from the BFG members, and really cool to see all the amazing brick films that were entered. Yeah, I think this was probably one of the best years.
And that is awesome.
Quantity.
Which is awesome. It means growth.
Definitely. That's why it made me so happy to see all of the entries.
Yeah, I remember. I'm trying to remember the exact number of all the entries we had to go through. I guess spoiler alert for the audience. I was one of the judges. You know, I think it was. Yeah. Not gonna lie, because I loved going through all the entries, but I was kind of keeping track of where I was at and trying to anticipate where I'd finish and if I was gonna get any sleep at night or whatnot. So 55 sounds about right from all the math I did.
Did you end up seeing some videos that you were surprised, like you probably wasn't on your radar, and you were like, oh wow, I didn't realize this was here. This was really good. So you enjoyed seeing some that you might not have known about before?
Absolutely, yes. There's a lot of talent that I recognize and a lot that just completely blew my mind. I think as they get mentioned in the show or even just in the after credits, there are a few that come to mind I want to talk about, but I can't talk about because it's part of the judging process.
I want to talk about them too.
I feel that. You should have had like a secret conference, kick these three out.
I can leave.
I tease, love you guys.
Compared to what
no.
years ago.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember how you used to do the results video? It was like that animated.
Yeah, I actually did a stop motion video.
Oh yeah.
Really?
A couple of years.
I do remember that. I don't remember that. Of course.
Yeah, that sounds quite
Like,
familiar.
By me, but
You're behind the curve. We know.
No, it was before that. I think I did. Darth Vader might have hosted it or something, or the Emperor. I don't remember. It was
Let me
one
go
of
find
the
this real quick.
That's so good. Were there less entries to manage at time? Less entries, less awards and
Actually,
stuff?
First year, I allowed 3 entries, and it was you entered using YouTube. So I had, I think, over 300 entries.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it got a little
Goodness.
extreme that year. I had to change the rules after that. And make it 15-minute maximum, or I think we might have had 10-minute maximum that we changed to 15.
because some got left out that really.
Yeah,
deserve
there
to be
was a film that got left out one year because I think it was just a little over 10 minutes. It was from Alex in France, and so we had to change the rules after that to make sure that didn't happen again. And I think Silly Penta just put one in that was exactly 15 minutes, and it won that year. So
Oh wow,
Of course it.
it's quite a bit.
I didn't see it
Of course,
coming,
John did.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, and it's like, whoa, the scores are saying this. Okay, yeah, and it was a good video. Okay, I gave it good scores. So yeah,
Mhm.
Not bad.
that was the dark horse that year that won.
So when you're going through entries, I mean, I know what the answer is kind of in the back of my mind, but I want to hear it from the guys who've been doing it the longest. Like, do you kind of start to latch on to videos that you know might not work for a certain award or category, but you still feel like were incredibly strong entries? Like maybe technically it wasn't there, but from your experience watching it, you feel like it deserves some sort of, I guess, commendation.
To me, I think that's probably why we maybe added some categories or honorable mentions, because everybody has different qualifications for what they think is this or what they think is that, but then that lets out other people. It's like, well, but I'm looking at it from this way, and I think it's brilliant for these reasons, and I think it allows more brick films that are really, really good to get mentioned somehow, and that's really what we're after, is to try to mention as many quality brick films for whatever reason as we can, because they deserve it.
Man, I love that mindset though, because I feel like it's easy for a lot of us in the community to get a little bit jaded when contests are announced and we didn't quite make it. So one thing I definitely love about this, I guess the whole festival, is just that sense of applauding everybody who enters and making sure that everybody gets a chance to submit their best. I definitely appreciate that. Yes. What would be your words for people who I guess both won an award and those who maybe didn't quite make it this year?
Well, half of winning is just getting a nomination for one of those main categories, but for the ones that didn't win, you're a lot of times you're just up against yourself. Can you make something better next year? And enter that, and every year try to improve your craft and get better. And the people that win, well, kudos. You had a list of judges that really know brick films that, after all the scores were put in, rated yours as best in certain categories or best overall. So definitely kudos to the winners too.
And I think I probably mentioned this in the results video, but for those that don't watch the video, I'll say it here. Just entering is going to get your video watched even more by professional brick filmers and anyone else who gets the link and is watching it. So you're really just getting more views and more critique, and really that's great. The more people that watch your video, the better. But so by entering into the festival, you're going to get some really professional people watching your video, and that's a great thing.
Yep, definitely a good time for feedback. That's for
Exposure
certain.
is always good. Exactly.
There we go.
No charge whatsoever.
And on that subject of watching them, I know you guys told me in the judging email, but I don't think you quite told anyone else really. How do you guys go about watching through all the films? You got 55 films to go through.
Do my
This
best
is-
to try to watch them in one sitting. I think I had to do it in 2 sittings this time.
Good, so I'm not alone.
That helps just because it keeps things fresh in your head. Another thing that I think is important after you've judged everything, it's probably a good idea to use the sorting power of the spreadsheet and sort each category according to score to make sure you don't have a video that's maybe lower than it should be because maybe you watched it a week and a half earlier and you had a different mindset when you were judging, so you can kind of try to readjust your scores accordingly and then sort it back according to 1 to whatever the last number of it is and then send it off. But if you look at each category according to how you rated them from top to bottom, because basically I give whatever got the highest score, I give the first place scoring at 10 points, and then the second place, whether there's 1 of them or 5 of them, gets second place scoring, which would be 9 points, and then where that picks up afterwards, probably in 4th place if there are that many second placers. It just depends, but you got to sort your stuff to make sure you haven't left an important video out that maybe possibly could win. It's tough, but I got to get better instructions. But I think the judges this year did a really good job, but I think with better instructions, we'll even do a better job next year.
Well, thank you for that.
So I have something I want to question about. So you guys, how many times did you guys voice in the entries? Like, I know you guys did one in mine, but I'm just curious, like how many times did you guys, both of you, either?
I wasn't in any of them.
Honestly,
what?
might have been the only one, but I'm not positive.
Okay.
Sam out here with that special privilege.
No. I'm just wondering, like, for like in the past, I don't know if you guys have voiced any films in the past, but do you guys have a hard time separating, I guess, bias from films you were in, rather than films that were?
Sadly, I'm probably biased against my own voice acting, so.
That's cool. All right.
Well, Sam, you lost. I'm sorry.
I can't do anything. I'll just cry myself to sleep. It's cool. I mean, like, whenever the nominations come out, I was just curious, like, if you guys voiced in any of them, and if you did, if you tried your best to keep your bias out of it, or, I was just curious.
I don't think, unless you're doing the voice acting category.
Okay.
But really, it doesn't play into it. I may have been in Brickfilms in the past, but generally, we're not in that many because we just don't voice act that much, other than for our own things.
Or, yeah.
So I don't think it comes up that often, but definitely, there wouldn't be any bias where.
Hopefully, I'm not biased for or against, and I try to. If I nail a performance, hopefully I will, and I'm part of the ensemble. And the whole ensemble is good. I'll give it a good score. I'm not gonna hopefully be too slamming.
But
on
we
it,
are more critical of our own voices probably than anyone else.
So Ace Brickman's not doing anything. That's cool.
That's fine.
Great shirt, though. Great shirt.
How many nominations did Ace Brickman get?
I ensured they would get absolutely 0. You're welcome, Sam. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I got quite a few, and I don't have to go look.
It had X amount more than anything I put out.
I guess.
We're still waiting for a deal to die for. So.
I guess for
2020 Brickfilmers Guild Awards. That's what we do.
There we go.
Say, now I gotta go look and see what all Ace Brickman did because I'm not.
It was in there a whole bunch.
Yeah, it was screenplay, cinematography.
Okay, Sam, you're just gloating there.
No, I'm really just like.
I'm kidding.
It was a great film.
Soundtrack.
Do all these extra mentions because it deserves it.
I think that was I won't talk more about Ace Brickman. It was just a question, and I mean for it to be about me.
But actually, Ace Brickman did have some wonderful acting in it. I think I might have been one of the weaker parts.
Nah, you did fine.
Well, that's me being harsh on myself. There were some really solid parts in that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyway,
Let's wait for episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trev is in episode 3. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there we go.
I am in it, which is
Yeah.
great.
I'm gonna quickly pause.
He's not in it for very long.
He dies at the very end. I'm kidding. I don't know. We had this whole joke where we were gonna try and trick you into thinking your character is gonna live forever.
So what we were gonna do was write two separate.
Actually, there you go.
One was gonna be where Trev's character lives, and then one that dies, and we weren't gonna tell him which one was the real script. Just that way, at the end, he'd be surprised.
That's cool.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. But I couldn't do that to him, so I sent him the real script.
Yep. I guess for the sake of context on all of the back and forths, Sam is the only one of us who has entered the Brickfilmers Guild Festival for 2019. I would have entered, but then I would have been incredibly biased. So that would have been a problem. Jared's just been really busy with IRL stuff, and Trev has yet to finish his film. So we're not quite there yet.
I released stuff. I just kind of forgot that it existed.
Trev, if you finish A Deal to Die For by the Brickfilmer Guild Awards for 2020, I will bribe all the judges to ensure you win. I can't do that. I think at this rate,
okay with that.
if I keep making bribery jokes, they're not going to have you.
Did yours
There we
win
go.
a couple things or so last year, or no?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like it did.
I'm pretty
Let's see
sure.
if we can pull it up here.
Solid entries. That's all I remember.
I definitely was nominated. That's the thing is I can't.
Yeah.
It was a year ago. I can't remember back that far. I'm trying to.
That was the bullying one, right?
Yes, Torment.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one, yeah. That was a solid film.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank
if you
you.
look at quality of these brick films, seriously, just being nominated is such a huge honor. It really is.
Truly, yeah. It's awesome just to get like any recognition for any work that you do. It's really humbling. I feel like that's an adjective I throw around a lot. But
Oh, it's quite applicable.
Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot. In fact, in the results video, I'm pretty sure I say beautiful or something probably, I don't know, 100 times. It could be a drinking game.
There we go.
Not that
I'll
I'm
do-
trying to endorse that or anything.
I mean, I'll just refill this cup of tea. That'll work.
Yeah.
Alcohol's not a bad idea.
And that water.
Jared, that's
For the people that are 21 and older, of course. I'm not going to endorse underage drinking.
Please.
Of course not.
I think the alcohol in Sam's state's pretty much water anyway.
ooh.
That near beer, I think. The beer.
Sam.
The way you froze just there, Sam, I thought your webcam just crashed. It's like he's so offended his webcam crashes.
He purposely crashed it.
Oh goodness.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
just got burned, didn't I? Because I muted the tab for a minute.
Yes, you did. You'll never recover.
No, of course not, honey. You're fine.
Because I was watching a live stream to see what see if the audio was good, and all I heard was, "Yeah, Sam is just pretty much, or Sam's alcohol is pretty much water at this point." It's like, okay,
Your beer in
cool.
your state is horrible. It's pretty much water. It's like
I mean, who doesn't love water, right? I mean,
it's great. It's great.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. I have to go grab my charger.
My laptop.
Excuses,
Got a lot of
excuses.
people joining in here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep an eye on the clock here, so make sure you guys have plenty of time to run and prep if need be. Looks like 28 minutes on the awards. So,
Us, we
now
don't
he's
have to do
back.
anything. I already have it set at the timer, so it'll automatically upload. And I doubt anybody's going to be in our chat thing. I'll look there, but I'll kind of bounce back and forth between this one and ours.
Okay.
Well, in which case, thank you guys for viewing us, but make sure to go over and spam your views on the actual video when we're done.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, for any viewers, if you guys have any questions you would like to ask the Four Monkeys or any of us regarding Brickfilm Day or the Brickfilmers Guild Festival, feel free to ask. I mean, we're keeping our eyes on the chat right now. So.
Indeed.
We appreciate you guys having us on here. This is really cool. We love coordinating with you and Brickfilm Day, and it's an honor to be here. Our
Yeah,
first
thanks
time.
for coming by.
It is.
Thank
And hopefully
you.
not the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can think of it. Man, we should do this more often.
We'll consider that an invite for next year.
There we go.
Make this a yearly thing. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I like that,
Yeah. That's how we do it. Everybody always loves anniversaries and annual traditions and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why Christmas is still cool.
that is true.
Was it never not, Trevor?
Say, was Christmas not cool?
No, I don't know.
Good save.
I feel like this is some sort of Brickfilm prompt right here. Somebody animate this, please.
Writing it down.
That would have worked for last year's Christmas collab. I digress. But yeah, I guess for those in the audience who might not know, the last time that the Brickfilmers Guild Awards were being covered, we had a Frame100 podcast during that time, and we had very little prep, so we just decided to hijack the 4Monkeys stream and make that our podcast prep.
Enjoyed that.
that was awesome live internet fun.
I know, we loved watching you guys do it. It was really great.
Oh, it's a blast. Definitely some unexpected films that come up on top, and some films were like, we saw it coming, well deserved, and overall just a lot of fun. Yeah. That Trev's computer was finally working, so that was a victory.
I was in Kansas City when that happened. I think I had to be quiet, so everyone was getting really excited, and I was just like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Yay!
Gosh, I'm remembering. Yeah, I completely forgot you were. That was the weekend you were here, Chris.
Yeah, that was the best friends vlog.
We're gonna have to do a live event when we're at Brick Fair.
Well, hopefully that's the plan.
We don't see any pajamas today, so.
That honestly is the mood. It's that Saturday feeling.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think that's why Jared's webcam is off.
No, I just didn't do my hair today, so I'm good.
Neither did I.
Excuses, same.
Well, I look more beautiful than you, Sam. I'm sorry.
This is true.
All right, well, that's cool.
I guess on a quick tangent, Trev, Ghostly Goat says Christmas isn't cool for people with birthdays near Christmas. So I think we have to answer.
I mean, mine is the 1st of December, so
mine's the 3rd of January. So I mean, it's not bad.
Happy birthday, then. I don't know.
Your birthday's so worthless. I kind of forgot about it.
Sebastian's not true, pal. I think Sebastian found a way to rig the system.
January or July?
Sam, what are you doing?
I don't want you to see my face because I'm mad because you made fun of my birthday.
Oh, I thought you were highlighting your shirt.
Oh,
I didn't mean to make fun of your birthday.
You mean my birthmas?
Birthmas. Merry birthmas. I don't know where to go.
I say that to everybody birthmas, and they're like, "That's so weird." I was like, "Yeah, that's why I say it, because you got to stand out of the crowd somehow."
Happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah. That's why I guess this is a question for everybody here. Are there any films I know I'm going to get there's an obvious response I'm going to get to this question, but are there any Brick films looking forward into 2020 that are looking quite promising for anybody here?
Nope.
I have a joke, but I don't want to make it.
Well, how about I undercut the joke and slightly turn the question a bit? Let's maybe rewind back a year. 2019 films that were highlights that will possibly, probably, maybe show up in the awards.
Darkmoor.
I just spared you several horror film jokes, Trev. You owe me a coffee.
I don't have money.
Same.
Jared, can you spot me? Anyways.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because Brickfilm did. It just released their Rewind, and it's interesting. There were actually quite a number of films in there that I had either forgotten released in 2019 or had just not seen at all. I'm trying to remember the name of one of them in particular that I had never seen before. It was it was that one, the Star Wars one that was like the really well done lightsaber fight.
He said it on the server.
Oh, it's McSquiggles Movies. Bless you.
Thank you.
It was by McSquiggles Movies. I can't remember the name of the video though, of course. But it was a really, really quality video that I had not seen last year. So I'm really happy that they had put out that rewind, so I was able to actually check that out. I think they're also in the comments right now. So thanks guys.
Hey, there we go.
Let me ask a question. I'm gonna ask the hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
Now, 4Monkeys, do you guys have any projects coming up this year?
Yeah, I'm working on a Star Wars video. All I have to do is put audio in it. It's kind of short, but it's a Star
better
Wars
than nothing.
with lightsaber.
Oh, would this happen to follow up those VFX tests you did?
Yeah, it's kind of that stuff.
It was just a good way to kind of play around with all the effects and learn how to use all the
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys stopped using. Oh, I was gonna say you guys stopped using Adobe. Yeah. I mean, was that a hard transition?
Actually, it wasn't. FX Home's HitFilm Pro feels pretty much just nearly like Adobe. There's a few things that are different, and some of the differences are better, and some are like, I can live with it.
Okay.
That is interesting.
The price is a lot better, and I'm thrilled to be have them sponsoring up on the website, and I think the product's pretty good, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Adobe.
You're right about that.
You talk about a product that you really love and can really get behind, and that's affordable. That's our biggest thing.
Yeah, so. I tried a few different things. I can't remember the other one, the other video editing software that was free, and it didn't have any good bells and whistles.
You gotta have the bells and whistles.
Mm-hmm. You really do.
The free Express, you can still do. I did on my THAC entry with it, which had all these basically special effects. And it was pretty easy to do with that. And I did it, it was like my second or third video working with HitFilm Express. But now I'm using Pro that has the lightsabers and stuff like that. So I'm real thrilled to use those.
I'd love it if
well, you got
do some work on that.
You got to proof the lines and get the lines out.
Yeah. Okay.
So
put it on me.
The bottleneck is on you, dear.
All right.
Oh, so sweet.
They're an animation duo we can't compete with.
Yeah, the Four Monkeys are an animation power dynasty.
We're a quartet.
We're a quartet.
Plus more. Plus a few more.
I'm trying to get it trending so that we basically start calling the Four Monkeys the Brickfilming Power Dynasty, but no one's caught on quite yet.
Sad.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
It's hard being a trendsetter. What can I say? But I'm finding this discussion about the HitFilm Express pretty interesting. You'll have to share an effects demo of some sort, or like a breakdown for some of the lightsaber stuff, because I'd be curious to see that.
I love VFX breakdowns.
Who doesn't love tutorials?
I don't know how to do them.
Well, you take the effects and you break them down.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I like that.
Now, are we ever going to get another Galactic Smugglers? That's the big question that everyone's asking these days.
I've got 2 or 3 written out, and one really close to having the line sent out, and the set's been actually on the table for 1.5 years.
Oh, wow.
It's waiting for you, Dave. It's waiting.
Yeah.
It's waiting for me to proof the script and get the line sent out.
It should be fun. It should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be awesome to see.
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
Please
That's fair.
No, we don't want spoilers. That's something you can't spoil that kind of stuff.
I'm sure they smuggle something galactically, but at that point, that's just a leak. Leaked out to the community. You guys need to keep better track of that. I'm kidding.
Would love to have it done this year, but that's this year is what we always say.
Yep,
Tomorrow's this year, and
I feel that.
I'm not going to make the joke.
Now,
I stole that from Sean too. We say that on our podcast, which is not out officially yet.
Yeah, when is the next episode out, by the way? While we're talking about things coming,
it's going to be coordinated with their podcast, so we're real close to hopefully having both of us ready, and we'll do it at the same time.
It's a crossover pod.
Nice.
Yeah.
Take that
Can you
Infinity War.
It was released on Patreon. What, 2-3 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Oh, I didn't know you. I didn't know you guys. I didn't know you guys had a Patreon. I need to go support it. I think.
We do. We have one. So you get all the Patreon.
shameless plug.
Shameless
plug. I got your back, guys.
Ourselves a good shameless plug.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And now that we're not putting the intro and outro on the podcast, we're just immediately putting out the main portion. It's going to be coming out 3 to 4 weeks, probably earlier than the actual free podcast.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to any of the ads or anything else. Just all pure podcast.
But the ads are the best part, right?
Yeah, well, they get to hear that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely the best part.
Instead of paying for ads, you're paying for no ads.
Exactly.
I only listen for the ads.
You get to hear that on the free version.
Yeah, and I'll probably listen to the other podcasts so I can watch all the stuff that William puts in.
He does a great job at what he does.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
excellent
I
work.
enjoy their podcast a whole lot.
We might just have to
Yeah,
find
we just
way
have a
to-
little picture show. He's gonna put a little bit of work and put some videos in.
Yeah, I think William's coming to Brick Fair this year, so we'll have to see if we can rope him
Very
in
excited.
for
Very
Frame100
excited to meet
recording.
you, man.
Yeah.
Is that in Virginia?
Yep.
Yep.
Kevin Chantilly.
Yep.
I think
Give me one
I
second.
think we're all trying to go, but you guys, I mean, I'm trying to.
We're all poor.
We're all poor.
We
I don't
really
know.
are.
I have a mortgage now, so I don't
I
have a
have
lot of money anymore.
I have no job and college, so that's always
Well,
fun.
you're like with the driving distance, though.
Yeah.
I am when I'm home, so it does help that I don't have to fly because
Yeah, there you go.
plane tickets are oof.
Kansas. Woo-woo.
Yeah. Sam,
nobody like that.
Sam, we will figure out a plan, even if I have to like physically kidnap you.
You can if you want. I mean, you can hop from Montana to Kansas, and then we'll fly to Virginia. We can sit next to the plane to each other.
I actually wonder if there's a way you could do that with like buddy passes, because I'm always
Dude,
thinking
if
of
airlines
stuff.
did that, just I'd go everywhere.
I think there's a way you could kind of do that with what you call it, a companion pass or something. I don't know. We'll figure out a plan. But yeah, if we
Exactly.
can all coordinate it, that could be another fun podcast crossover. And since we just nailed the podcast crossover already by having the Four Monkeys here, we're gonna have like a trilogy of podcast crossovers this year. I'm loving it.
Very cool.
It's always
You might
exciting.
be, given some kind of special deal with the coronavirus, people might not want to fly as often and be like, okay, what can we do to get people back on our plane? So you never know. There might
Ooh,
be
that's
some...
a
You know,
deals coming out.
United Airlines
very-
is actually doing something like that right now. Like, I think for the next several months or so, any flight you book, they've waived the change fees on it. So if for some reason, you know, something happens, you can change your flight, you know, related to the virus and whatnot. I swear the freshmen need to knock it off. Sorry, I'm
Well, I
hearing
don't know if it's
engines
like a
outside.
buy
I'm
one,
like,
get one
stop it,
free.
people.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll take a buy one get one free
I don't get free
anytime.
if you sit next to the person you're with, so
Worked out pretty well.
that would work.
BOGO.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
Pulling
have
up.
to.
Let's see here.
We couldn't get
Right.
through a whole podcast without saying Corona.
No, I know.
Sorry.
Hey, you want me to go ahead and say my pun just so we can get it out of the way?
No,
Just
Sam,
get it
it's
done
not
with.
funny. That's the
It's
thing.
funny to me. I won't
It's
get
not.
I won't get Corona because I only drink Bud Light. Corona.
Yeah, you're watered down Kansas beer. That's pretty
Actually,
good.
I drink Coors, so I can't say anything.
Congratulations,
need is-
Sam.
All we need is someone with Lyme
Oklahoma,
disease, and
I
we've got a
drink
party.
Diet Coke. I'm
Congratulations,
not gonna
Sam.
catch any
You just
diseases.
won the Brickfilmers Guild Award for worst humor.
I should be getting that every year because my humor is awful.
We're a
Every
friend.
day.
I propose we write him in for worst joke. I'm kidding.
I would also like to say
New category.
all we need is someone with Lyme disease, and we can have a party. You put a lime in the
How do I kick you from the call?
I'll just do it
I
myself.
don't know how that works.
This is Sam's last episode of the Frame100 podcast.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
we're
pack up
sorry,
my
but he
fired.
has to resign.
I'll pack up my stuff tonight.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, get it over
Away with you.
Goodbye. Your days were numbered.
It's great stuff. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's
Join the
okay.
club.
We still
I gotta
let you
disagree
deal
with that.
it.
Hey, I had somebody in the chat say, "Let him have it. It was a good one." See, people like my humor. I don't know if anybody else did.
I think that was a bot. Sorry.
It's a bot.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Wait, no.
it's a bot.
I know who said that. Alice, why you turn on me like that? Come on. Why? Kidding aside. Anyways, we've derailed so far.
Yeah, sorry
have.
about that.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm trying to check chat right now and see if anybody.
So are you guys looking to go into Brick Fair? Four Monkeys? You guys?
Probably not.
No.
Dang.
Oh.
Dang.
And you guys need to work on getting things in Atlanta, and then we'll be there. But otherwise, yeah, we can't travel out. We need everybody to come here.
Guys, I'm like 3 hours away. Let me just drive on over.
Yeah, I mean,
I-85 is not that far from me.
Atlanta is about the same distance. Go ahead.
The Top Galleria on the west side of town.
I don't
remember
know why
which
there's
that
not
was.
more things in Atlanta. There's so many. I mean, this would be the obvious choice and convenient for so many people. I don't know why we don't do more things here.
For me, but not everyone else. But...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is interesting. Like it's like I wouldn't really have expected them to do anything in Chantilly, because like DC is still not even. It's close to Chantilly, but it's still like a bit of a drive to get from DC to Chantilly, and like DC is U.S. capital, so it's like I can understand why they would have it around there. Also, it does help that there's a Lego store as well.
I mean, we have
in
Lego
that immediate area.
we got the Lego stores. We have all of the
we have 3 Lego stores plus the Atlanta Brick Company on the south side of town.
Oh wow!
And Dragon Con comes to town. I just blows me away. Atlanta doesn't have a really good
and plus
Lego
Atlanta's
convention.
like the new Hollywood, so you got all of these filming companies
exactly.
Here.
Yep.
Obvious.
Yeah, like I'm currently studying in North Carolina. I'm in a film program, and that's the thing is like I hear of a lot of people that come from Atlanta specifically and have talked about how the film industry has just exploded there, and I was like, it's pretty cool because Atlanta is about the same exact distance as it is for me to get from my campus back home to here. Just in the opposite direction.
Well, Trev, why can't we hang out, man?
Because I'm not in Atlanta
It's
right
the same
now.
distance to you going home.
It's the same distance, just not in the same direction. I go north as opposed to going south.
We can get a hotel, dude. I don't care.
Dude, I went and saw Jared for Brick Fair.
Exactly. I'm a fun guy to hang out with.
At times.
At times.
South Carolina.
Dang.
Hold up, I just had a brain blast. If there were a Lego convention in Atlanta and we all made it, including the 4 monkeys, would that be a place for a live Brickfilmers Guild Awards ceremony? I'm just thinking here. That could be a lot of fun.
I don't know about a live one, but you get to see it for live if you don't take pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's
No
4. I think
pictures.
it's up to 3 or 4 people right now that are Brickfilmers that have seen us.
But we can't say their names or else we'd have to kill them.
That's understandable. I got you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to
I'm
get
just-
killed.
I have the sneaky
Respect
suspicion
to you.
that our community's power dynasty might be run by bots. I'm gonna test it now.
We're sock puppets.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. I can live with that.
That's a plot twist.
Very.
Oof, because if it turned out you guys weren't real and you actually were puppets, well, that sucks.
But isn't that like part of our charm that you don't really know, who we
It is.
are?
With the mask.
Chris, that pun was so bad.
I did that just to see the light die from your eyes.
Oh my.
Oof.
I can't. Yeah, I thought mine were bad.
I mean, they are
They are.
bad, but
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I don't need everybody to
give
say it
you
at
that
once.
assurance. For real though, and that is something that we have talked about like a lot at just conventions in general. More Brickfilmer presence would be fun, and having like the stuff we do online, like awards ceremonies, festivals, etc. Especially premieres too. It'd be fun to do those more at conventions. We're gonna see if we can try and do something a little more like that for Brick Fair, whether it be we get the room in back or we raid someone's Airbnb. I don't know.
I was about to say something, but then I realized I shouldn't, because then I'm gonna get flack for it. It didn't happen.
Oh, go ahead. Say it, Trev. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna keep it to myself.
If it is regarding a film with fearful elements, we shall support your endeavors and make
No,
no jokes
it's-
whatsoever.
It's a film regarding some other stuff actually.
Multiple sandwiches. Got it.
Yes, yeah, multiple sandwiches. I'm really disappointed that you didn't get that out last year because I feel like that should have been nominated and won multiple of the
It
Brickfilmers
was.
Guild Awards.
Be careful what you wish for.
I mean, I'd prefer it winning over anything Sam did. So.
Oof.
Excuse you.
I kid.
What did I do to you?
I kid.
I mean, you harassed him about his horror film.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What is it? we should hop back into talking about the stuff. I tried to get us on films from last year, stuff that like particularly wasn't nominated, or just films that we forgot about. And I remember I was reminded of the title thanks to the chat of the one I mentioned earlier. It was Duel in the Dark was the name of that film.
There we go.
But in a very similar vein, Dancing in the Dark, or Slow Dancing in the Dark, is another one that I forgot about up until watching the Brickfilm Day rewind, because that was one by our good old pal James Kaywood. Was a quite the good film, and it had a pretty big boom behind it in terms of how popular it grew in numbers on YouTube. So
Yeah,
I remember that one. He actually had a one in last year that I think did fairly well too. Yeah, he's an incredible brick filmer.
He is.
I truly agree.
Yeah, he had a solid entry this year. I remember one of his was in this year's awards.
It's the music video. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. What music video was that?
Joji's Slow Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
I zoned out for a minute, man. I'm sorry.
I remember, there were a good 20, 25, 30 standouts. That's the problem this year. There were so many ones that, wow, that one was good.
Yeah.
And
would you say like this year was like one of the hardest years to judge? I mean, I don't know if you guys were saw all. I mean, I'm sure you saw all of them, but Chris, don't answer this.
Start to finish.
But would you say like this year was like one of the hardest years to judge?
I don't know. I've kind of judged some of the years. I'm kind of used to. I give a lot of first place votes, so
right.
I try not to let my voting really affect the scoring. So many of my categories, unless there was just one video that was like it was way better than everyone else, so that's the first place, and everybody can be second place or beyond. But sometimes I'll give 4 or 5 first place votes, and then the next place is 6th place.
I think it was definitely harder to get in the main category, to be nominated in the main category for sure.
That one was probably
there
the
were
hardest
so
issue.
many that were left out that were not in the main category. That's why we had to add an extra category just to mention those brick films, because they were so good. It's like, how did that not get in there? And then you look at the other videos, it's like, wow. I mean, it was just crazy close. So yeah, definitely, I think from that point of view, it was definitely the hardest.
Right.
Yeah, and I keep referencing the Brickfilm Day rewind because I noticed a lot of the entries, or a lot of the films that made it into rewind this year were it was a lot of Avengers and Star Wars related stuff. And I'm wondering like what your guys's the Four Monkeys. I'm wondering what your guys's views on like more of these licensed themes getting like so much traction in terms of brick filming.
They're making a Star Wars film.
They're going to naturally get views, but you know when it comes to the festival, if it's one of the videos that's just holy cow, even if it is an IP. I think Dylan Woodley's Pokemon one several years back, and that's an IP one. So some some things will get through. I think it sometimes will hurt doing an IP. I think depending on the judges, and a lot of times I think the judges aren't wanting to see it because they want to see something original.
Yeah.
But if it's an IP and it's still, excuse my language, badass, I'm going to give it good scores. And I
fully agree.
And I'm not, if it deserves to get a first place score, even if it's Batman, I don't care.
Right.
It just usually has to be really good to rise above just being, because I think being an IP sort of hurts you.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people use this as a crutch. Then you see some people just go above and beyond. A few entries come to mind that I won't spoil, but yes.
Sorry,
I'm about to release an average Star Wars film, but I'm really looking forward to Forest film. That's Star Wars I'm looking forward to, and I'm looking to. Oh, you mentioned looking forward to whatever movies, videos, brick films this year. I'm also looking forward to Taco Trouble too.
Oh, who is it?
Yes.
Those are the two movies, the
We're
two
almost
brick films
ready.
I'm looking forward to seeing the most right now are those two.
Mm-hmm.
And Keshin just made one, so it's probably gonna be a little while before we see another one of his.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. It's always
Talk about
always a work in
badass.
progress.
Well, Mind Game's been spitting out a few lately, but we'll see if he does the third one in a row.
Yeah, Cleaners 2, I think they just started working on it. Or
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's one of the
Storyboarding
ones,
it, I
you know,
think.
take it, one of those ones that has a definite shot of being winning in the Brickfilmers Guild Film Festival. I hope they get it done this year.
I hope
Yeah.
so too.
I hope they don't,
Strong
because
contender.
I don't want it up against mine.
I got a feeling it won't make it out this year unless they just thoroughly get motivated. But they
Well,
Yeah.
they will be nominated anyway,
Yeah.
whether it wins.
Well, hey,
you
there's
know.
no guarantee for that either
Right.
these days, but it probably would.
Yeah,
you-
that's. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
I was gonna say, I know you guys mentioned Forrest a few minutes ago. Did he get did he submit a video for the video or?
Typically doesn't do that. He kind of
Okay.
he throws them out on YouTube, and that's his
Okay.
his jungle.
I was just wondering because the latest Batman film was outstanding, and I didn't see his name. I didn't know if he just didn't
he's
get
so nice.
nominated or.
I think he would do it if we asked him to, but I think he probably just likes to. He doesn't have to, and he likes to let everybody else. When you're that top level, it's like, why bother?
I wish he
leave
would.
it open for other people, but I'm sure
That's
he
his
would
call.
if we asked. But
Yeah.
advantage, he's so talented.
Yeah, I wish I had the opportunity that was one of the ones we were judging, but just wasn't this year.
Yeah.
Of course, it was nice we were Question nominated us for a. Are we allowed to say that?
Well, I guess you just did. Yeah, we got one vote for community. We got a write-in.
That was funny.
Hey, nice.
Oh.
I'm not sure that would work, but congrats to you guys.
Yeah.
But it was sweet, though. I appreciated that from
Man,
him.
I hope y'all win.
No.
All right.
We're off the mark on that one.
Yeah,
So
I gotta
just-
go ahead and interrupt you guys because the premiere is going to be starting in just a
Yeah,
bit.
I was getting ready to say I noticed that it's the premiere says it'll be starting shortly. So
Well, I'm going to go ahead and actually I'll do an audio test when that annoying YouTube premiere music that goes up?
oh yeah, I
gosh,
hate that.
it's
Yeah.
very loud
So
most
do
of the time.
Was this our
Yeah.
video?
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'll apologize in advance for all the whatever pronouncing people's names and
That's just me. I'm the one that can't talk.
and just being silly. Yeah, I think I had issues too.
As
It
long
happens,
as
it happens to the best of us.
As long as you pronounce Locker 74 Productions okay, you're fine.
There you go. All right.
Well, Chris pronounced what he referred to your name as correctly. He just mixed up
Yeah.
the number.
So the
That's-
first time
yeah.
I was on the podcast, Chris kept saying, "Yeah, Locker 76
Oh,
Productions,"
gosh.
and I was like, 74, but whatever. I'm on it.
No worries.
I felt so confident too. Never mind. So I'm gonna do you guys a solid, and we'll skip over the annoying YouTube premiere music.
Good call.
But what I'm
Nice.
gonna do is switch now screens to the
Wow,
actual.
I'm actually watching
words.
it too. I think this is the first time I've seen one.
Ours is giving us a
There you go.
countdown, a minute 30.
Yeah, it's the default
Well, they're
YouTube one, and they
late.
got this music that gets stuck in your head and never wants to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Am
All
I
right,
right?
so that means it's late though because it was supposed to be released at 3:30.
Oh,
So
there we go. Now it is
Yeah,
music.
that's how YouTube premieres work. They're always
Yeah.
a little bit later than the actual.
Yeah.
It ensures
time
that
they're
if
supposed to
people show
release.
up on time, that way they don't spoil the video or end up midway through the video.
So yeah, everybody
Oh,
go
there's-
watch the actual video and just have our audio on in the background. That's honestly what I would suggest, is to go watch their premiere, but keep us on in the background here.
Yeah. That's probably what
We
I'm
don't-
gonna do.
I wonder
We're
if I
not
can,
trying to steal everyone's thunder.
I wonder if I can go Hacker Man and show both their comments and their video.
Hacker
in the
man.
window.
Hacker man. Ooh.
oh
I
look, you
am
guys
the
all came
Hacker
up
Man.
with something. That is so cool.
There
Thanks,
we go.
you guys.
No problem.
No problem.
Hang on.
Why did you just sound like Mario for a second? No problem.
Uh,
No problem.
No problemo.
That's about as
Oh,
Hacker
no.
Man as I'm gonna get. Also, we're not subscribed to you for some reason. Let's just fix that. There we go.
Gasp.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, we
I
have
blame
live
Chris for
footage
that.
of it now, so we know this is the real deal.
People in the chat room and a subscription. It just doesn't get any better than that.
It's like Christmas. And
I'll go ahead and
Alright.
like it for you.
All right,
Yay.
you got the audio?
Welcome to the
Oh,
2019 Brickfilmers Guild Film Festival Award Show. This
Sounds
is the
horrible.
8th year
No, you sound great.
I think this works.
I gotta my dad's asking me when I'm gonna be home, so gonna have to give me a minute.
You should tell him 7 o'clock.
Yeah, okay,
Festival or the awards show. Anyway,
Here we go.
just to remind everyone,
8th
we've got
year.
social media.
We'd appreciate it if you would connect with us on our social media sites. We have Twitter, Facebook, Discord, YouTube. We do have Instagram.
Don't like hearing
which is
myself.
other people
You get used to it.
work on computers. But still, you can connect with us there, and I'll say hey.
All right,
This is
anyway,
a-
let's get on with this so people can find out if they are winners.
They're all winners.
They're all
They're
winners.
all winners.
We got
I
That's
appreciate
true.
that mindset.
55,
This is like the Lego Oscars. Yes, it is.
Did you fill out your ballots, Trevor? I did.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Honorable mention category.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to let Dave pronounce all the names of the people so that I don't have to mispronounce anyone's name, and I can have a nice. Yes, yes.
Anyway,
All right, so best superhero category.
okay.
I believe we have a request from Penta to turn it up.
On it.
Chris.
The best superhero.
Oh, I see. You're just not reading it.
I'm not gonna read all those names. I'll read the winner.
Oh man, but that's so much fun. Okay.
How's that?
All right, and the winner.
The winner is Akash
Better.
Lego Productions.
Yes.
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
Productions.
Yeah.
I love
Trinity
this
versus
one.
Thanos.
Yeah, I love this.
Wow,
I love
Akash, I mean,
this.
this thing.
Oh man, it's been a while. I gotta go
kicked
back and
ass.
read.
Did I say that?
No.
I
You
did
just
say it. It was
Awesome.
amazing. Well done, Akash.
The effects
It was
were
definitely one of my
fantastic.
All right.
favorites.
Yeah.
Best Star Wars.
And
the
the
He
nominees
always
nominees
does
are-
really good.
Okay, got some good ones.
The winner is
Yeah.
Something's Awry Productions with Deadly Death Star Eclipse. Amazing entry.
Mhm.
No
I think
surprise.
that was a commission job, but it was beautiful.
think I've seen that one.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna have to go make a
It
note.
really was.
I want to say it was like a Lego
Well done, guys.
commission.
All right, best
I can't remember.
non-English language brick film.
See, I know
Here are the
mine
nominees,
is behind.
And these are the
which
ones
is
I
fun.
definitely don't want to have to pronounce. No. And the winner is Brickfield 54.
Oh, this one was so good.
Yeah.
Les Seclés Floor Trace.
Oh,
Twelve.
yeah.
I didn't see this. I didn't see this one
Great
either.
job, Brickfield 54.
Oh, I
It was
wish we
really
would've
good.
done
For people
The
that-
lighting's
that-
I'm trying to remember.
I mean,
I'm trying to remember
was
if
a
I've
shame
seen
that
it as
didn't
well
have
because
subtitles,
I'm
'cause that
blanking
does
on
put
the
some
thing.
people off.
We need
If
to
you
See,
do
this
it
is
without
what the
it,
awards are for.
without
It's just to
even
get me to actually
understanding what
watch
they're
stuff I
saying.
missed.
This was beautiful.
I just love the
mean, it
French.
was just a magnificent
Hey, there we go.
film.
Oui,
So
oui.
beautifully done. So well
Uh-huh.
done. Congratulations.
Next category, Best Brawl, Facts, Dynamite, or Summer Contest entry, either on BIM
Ooh.
or BAB. Brickfilm.
Oh, yeah, Summer Brawl Test.
Ooh.
And the nominees.
And the winner.
is Twickabrick Productions by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a
Gary.
Brawl entry. This was done in 1 week. Beautiful brick film.
Congratulations.
I love Gary.
Best
Go
music
Gary.
video.
Greg.
Gary always does a good job.
Nominees.
Mhm.
And the
I
winner.
got a feeling.
Shikes.
Oh, this one's amazing.
wow.
Who was-
I need to
yeah,
link you guys this
sorry.
one. It's
This
so
is a
cool.
music video. Had a lot of CGI and just incredible
Huh.
action and. awesome
Imagine
music.
basically
Yeah, it really was
Tron,
awesome.
but it's a
Sorry
music
for the
video.
mispronunciation
It's
that Dave did.
Yep.
but
Great entry.
it, but it really was
Beautiful
great.
music video.
Yep.
I
Congrats.
really want to check that one out. now.
Yeah, I do too.
Best film
Yeah.
was
I'm gonna
not
link it right after
nominated
this.
in a main category. This was important because there was a record number of just brilliant
what we were
brick films
talking
that
about.
should
Look
have
at
been
all these
nominated, but
videos.
because there were so many other ones. I mean, there was just so
So
many good. I'm
many.
glad I wasn't a judge this year because it would have been near impossible to pick through all of these.
And the
Every
nominees.
single one of those should have been nominated, but couldn't be because other ones beat
And
them.
these are all so deserving.
No.
I mean, it's like every single one of these was a winner in itself because they were that good.
Yeah, every single one of these
I
should
just
have had a
counted
nominee,
myself.
nomination
Yep,
somewhere.
absolutely.
It's a shame they didn't, but they were all awesome videos, brick films. And the
Mm.
winner.
Akash Lego Productions.
Oh,
Lego
Akash
Avengers
was
Endgame
awesome.
Battle Trinity
Dang.
versus Thanos.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Very
well
nice.
done,
Way to
Akash.
go.
It really was awesome.
When
But so were the
when did
other
he
ones
release
as
his
well.
Tron
So I really
video?
just want to give kudos to all of those.
Oh, a
It
while
was
back.
So amazing.
Oh, was that 2018 or 2019?
All
I think
right.
those are the four.
Categories. These are the ones that were voted on by these judges. You can pronounce these.
Christopher Gearhart, Bricks Brought to Life. Dave Smith, The Dave Smith. Who's that?
Dave
the Four
Smith.
Monkeys. Chris Major, Goldbrick Studios.
Think you're so funny.
Goldbrick Productions.
LOTW
Sorry.
Studios.
Throw it out there.
Zeus, Mind Game,
Don't
and
miss that much.
Sean Willis, Silly Penta.
Lotus
I
Production.
can't thank you guys
Yep.
enough. It
That's
takes a
awesome.
lot of time
Sorry, Zach.
and effort to
That's all
judge these,
good.
especially when they're so amazing and it's hard to choose from these. So thank you so much for helping us out with that.
That's quite the
Alright,
slate
best
for judges.
story
I completely
screenplay.
forgot that all these guys were doing it.
Yeah, we were lucky to have such amazing
Oh,
help.
Ace Brickman. Here's Ace Brickman.
Right.
Oh no!
It's gonna be Welcome to Darkmoor.
And the winner, Locker 74 Productions.
Holy hell! Woo!
Sam?
Yes!
Sam.
I'm
Sam.
sweating.
Woo!
No, I'm sweating so much right now from nervous.
It was not. It
I'm
was not
nervous.
horrible. It was great. There was a lot of awesome effects. It was a great story.
It was a
Yeah.
great story.
The promises
Well
we
done.
keep.
Congratulations.
Hey, I came up with that title.
You
Yeah.
did. Just everybody knows.
Cinematography.
Oh,
Here are the nominees.
Really hard to choose from all these as well.
And we have a
And then-
tie.
Blacksmith
Oh.
Films, Lego Wild West, and
Oh.
You know what? I can see that, though.
by the Seven
Yeah, I
Two
can
Seas.
see it.
strong
Yeah.
films.
Yep, congratulations, guys. Both amazing.
I'm still
Best
amazed
scenic.
by the Lego Wild West.
Nominees.
Oh god! Wow, I
Oh,
completely
God.
forgot that was
Oh,
last year
choose
too.
from.
Ace Brickman
Yeah.
again.
Right.
Yeah, it's
My
tough
man.
being a judge.
And the winner,
Annoying Noises Productions. Welcome to Dark.
Nah, I think we saw that coming,
Yeah.
but deserved all the same.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite films as well.
It was
What did you say?
absolutely brilliant. It was over 12 minutes, but you wouldn't even know it. The story, everything
And the
was
scene
really.
was what
It was
just
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah, everything was so well done. So
Truly.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Just for me, it's just the
Animation.
effects that went into it.
Absolutely.
Nominees.
That me.
Another one. All I can think of is I'm so glad I wasn't choosing these. So hard to choose from so many brilliant entries. So really well
The
done.
winner.
Brotherhood Workshop, Dino Knights, Triceratops versus Carnotaurus.
Very interesting.
I should
Wow.
let you read that.
Congratulations.
That one was
That's,
pretty well
that's
animated.
another one I
Job,
forgot about
Kevin, as
too.
always.
Jeez.
I haven't watched a lot of
Visual effects,
last
CGI.
See here.
And the nominees are
CGI. Tom in every category.
And the winner is
say it.
Shikes. Woodley's
Oh.
music by Twan.
How do you say it?
Anyway,
You have to watch this
congratulations. This is one of our
They
newer
say the
members,
they say the title
congratulations
in
on
the
this
song,
best
but I
CGI.
can't remember the
Oh,
pronunciation.
Feel free to
It was
let
very
us know how
subtle.
to pronounce your names if we mispronounce them or if Dave mispronounces them.
Yeah.
We would really love to know. Congratulations, though.
It's a good thing
Amazing
they don't make
job.
a lot of audio memes.
Yeah,
Anyway,
right.
best sound effects. And the nominees.
are
And the
Some
winner
good ones there.
is
Solid
Sam
lineup.
Torger, Phase Drive film.
Pitch.
That one was really
We're
good.
so happy
was.
to see Sam back in action, back in brick
Me
filming.
too.
Why have I not seen it? What the heck?
I
This kind of came out of
love that.
nowhere.
Loved it.
Awesome
well
sound
done.
haven't-
effects. Really
I
took
have
it
a
to
whole
another
list.
level.
I mean,
Yeah.
everything. We're
haven't
so
seen these.
happy you're back.
I feel like I'm missing
Alright.
out.
Best
It's weird because I
original
remember
music
like seeing all the
score.
nominations.
The
Like I didn't
nominees.
pick up on half these that I missed.
This is
They're all
really
winning.
what's really incredible is that all these are just original scores. Many of them made by the actual Brickfilmer. Some from some.
Props to anybody that can
composer
actually
for
do
the film,
music.
which is really incredible.
Indeed.
And the winner. Annoying Noises Production. Welcome to Darkmoor.
That is a
Yeah.
really good
Very
score.
nice.
Original score
Mhm.
composed
It's a
by
good score.
Joshua David Mitchell. It was brilliant from beginning to end. So congratulations, well deserved, and
All
loved
right.
it.
Best voice
Just-
acting.
I'm just
Not
trying to figure out who to get to
Sorry,
do the
Sam.
score for me. No.
Nominees.
Well, find the guy who scored one of the winners.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is Chihuahua, the Milkman. Cast Brock
Ah,
Baker.
yes,
Him.
Brock
This
And
one
Baker.
freaked me out, not gonna lie. I did not see that coming.
Congratulations.
I always,
Awesome job.
I love that
Love everything
that
about
James
it.
has a
Best
relationship
Brickfilm
with
with the
Brock
BFG
Baker.
logo.
It's so
Okay,
funny.
now let me say something. We had more just nominees for this particular category, I think, than ever. I mean,
Well, this year, you know, the
when,
ones.
like the first one that entered, oh, that's a sure winner. Oh, and then
That's the
somebody
one
else
I
entered
gotta
with it.
figure
It's
out how
like,
to
oh
fit
my
that
God.
one in.
And
This
then,
was the best
unbelievable.
this category's ever produced.
Yeah. So every
Incredible
single
films.
one
Every
of
one of
these
these.
deserves to win.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't have to pick it.
And these are the nominees.
Yes, these are all really good.
All of them did an incredible
Yeah,
job.
Was
these
there
are all
was the
so
logo
beautiful.
in
And the winner
Wild
was-
West? I don't remember seeing it.
Brotherhood
special one.
Workshop, Dino
Yeah, you can
Knights
do like a special,
versus-
like unlisted version
Triceratops
just to
and
put to the
Carnor-
contest.
versus.
Carnosaurus.
And that
Ah,
works.
gotcha.
The T throws me off.
I knew
And
it.
people do that.
Anyway, BFG
Oh,
members' choice.
congratulations, Kevin. Again, well deserved.
All right, boys.
This category
Here we go.
was voted on by members when they did the voting in January.
Oh,
These were
Thaddeus
all the
Brickman.
top vote getters, so that's the nominees. And the winner is
Annoying Noises Productions. Welcome to Darkmoor.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
I'm not even mad about that. That's a
this
good
is
choice.
the best brick film of the festival.
I'm going to spend 5 years working on one
This is
film.
This is
Big
by the
one.
judges. This
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the biggie, the granddaddy of them all.
The granddaddy of them all.
All
That is a
deserved.
wonderful expression that not enough people use these days.
Oh man.
And
Leave
the
it to
winner
me,
is
right?
Line up.
Chihuahua, the milkman.
Congratulations.
Really?
Wow.
Really? Awesome.
Okay,
Loved
I love the
everything
milkman, but I
about
did
it
not
from
see that
beginning to
coming.
end.
Yeah.
It was
I didn't
definitely-
either.
I had
I mean,
a
it was
couple
one of my
favorites,
favorites,
but
and I
that
put it
was
as one of
obviously
my
one of them,
favorites,
so
but I didn't
very
see it coming. I
happy.
thought it was going to be the other one.
Man.
I like how
2019
I like how
Brickfilmers
Harris
Guild
did
Community
everything.
Award. All right.
Do we know what this? Do we say what this is about so people know?
Well, this is these are the brick
Context
filmers that contributed to the community in a way that enhanced the community in various ways,
Gold
be it a
Productions.
podcast or running a blog or just
People that go
I hope
above
the
and
Four
beyond
Monkeys
really
win.
help the
Me
brick
too.
film.
They seem really cool. You should have them on a podcast sometime.
These are the nominees, and this year we'll there's
Got like
gold,
12 place.
silver, and bronze, but because there's two second place winners, there's only going to be silver. So we have two of those, and those winners are William Osborne and Rio Forest. Congratulations!
And thank you
Yes.
for
for
what
your
you did.
services.
Good job, William.
Absolutely.
All right, now for the gold winner.
The gold is the gold.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What the?
Congratulations.
Well
Yeah,
deserved.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh!
He did it!
Yeah.
He did
Really,
it!
thank you for everything that you did.
And that was voted
Chris,
on
this
by
is where you
members,
cry.
So congratulations.
Oh my goodness!
Speech,
2019
speech,
Brickfilmers
speech,
Guild
speech,
Brickfilmers
Ah,
of the Year.
Broccoli was never meant to be
Changed
eaten.
this year.
Thank you.
Instead of being a gold,
Oh my
silver,
gosh! We got edge here,
and
people.
bronze for second and third, we're just going to have three winners. So the three top vote getters.
We just thought this allowed for more fairness because everybody has different kind of criteria of what they think
And
is
this-
the best, and this allows for
Awesome.
more
yeah.
deserving people to actually get.
Or,
For like
the
more
honor.
people
More.
to be able
Yeah.
So it's an awesome thing. So now will be three from now on. We're not getting rid of it. We're adding two more to it. So there are Brickfilmers of the Year, and they are
Forest Fire Films, Brotherhood Workshop, and Pangal.
Sub the bong owl.
Yeah.
Pongo.
Pongo.
guys.
Congratulations.
So well deserved.
So well deserved, all
Yeah,
three of you.
yeah,
Awesome.
you guys did
Congratulations.
All
amazing.
three of them were
So
quite
happy to
active
see
this
this.
year, honestly, which is great.
All right.
Like,
So thank you to all of the brick filmers that entered the festival. I also want to add a special for the ones that actually do put our logo in there. We really appreciate you actually going the extra mile there and putting our logo in. This year, like I said, was especially cool because there were so many just unbelievable entries. It was really neat to see. So thank you. Definite thank you to the judges that sacrificed their time to watch and score all of the brick films. It takes over 5 hours or more to do this. It's a lot of time and dedication, and we appreciate the help. It's much needed, and thank you so much. and of course to all of the members of the Brickfilmers Guild that voted on the website.
Which we had a record year. We had over 70 people vote, so
Yeah,
thank you very much.
awesome. We love
That's
it.
pretty good.
So love having you guys
Thanks,
as much as you possibly
I
can.
was one of them.
For putting your
I was too.
videos
Me and Trevor contributed.
Okay,
We did it!
Sometime around October for the 2020 rules for the Brickfilmers Guild Film Festival, and if you come on over to the Discord chat if you've got any suggestions.
Yes,
or
join the
chat,
Discord, everybody.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
do it.
I also
Awesome
want to add,
place.
it's really cool when you enter your brick film into the festival because not only, you get a chance to be kind of more known and have your name out there, but for the judges and us especially, it allows us to see brick films that we may have missed or that we might not see. And many
Amen.
times we get people saying, "Oh wow, I wouldn't have known about this had I not been a judge." And so it's really awesome to, for that reason to enter your film and let more people watch it. Why not? The more the merrier, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
All right. So until next time.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
There we go. I'll flip back to the
Southern Charm.
cameras here.
So, do we want to talk about the results a little bit?
We were excited to
Not
hear and get to see your reaction, Chris. So I
Sam.
and saying
Yeah, I'm floored, guys.
I did a bad spoiler, but that was
That was 2-second spoiler.
the 2-second spoiler. Oh, well.
Gold
I-
wins the
I
gold.
was
I liked it.
Yeah,
Hold
see?
I love the joke. It was perfect.
good.
Real though. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That's
Are you sweating as
insane.
much as I am?
I was a little bit, but I had made a film. You made a film, so I could see you there.
Sam, no. We don't need to say.
We didn't ask for that.
What? I
Oh,
was nervous,
goodness.
all right? I put my heart
We
and soul
heard
in that
you.
film.
No, and rightfully so, for sure.
Oh, we've already got some people jumping into
Yeah.
the BFG server. Awesome.
Yeah, Sebastian.
Welcome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and close some tabs here before my RAM crashes again. Alright, there we go. We're back on track. Okay, so now I feel like I can finally comment on some of these films without feeling like I'm breaking some sort of contract. So, the one that has the unpronounceable name, I can't remember it, but it was honestly one of the coolest ones I'd seen, and I'm glad it won the awards it did.
I
need
haven't
to just
seen
look
it.
at the name.
Well, that's now. I'm gonna be spending the rest of my afternoon just watching all those 3 or 4 that I had never seen yet.
Well, a lot of these are on the website, aren't they? The list.
Yeah, and
Right.
there's a playlist. If you just go to the rules on the website, the playlist is somewhere in the rules, along with even the scorecard. If you wanted to see what the scorecard looks like.
Yeah, so we implore everybody that's watching to go and check some of that stuff out.
Because I'm really
Absolutely.
interested. I'm interested to watch a lot of these. I usually am not very interested to sit down and binge brick films. I guess I'm weird, but I mean,
You are.
nothing.
Yep.
Thank you, Trev. I got nothing going on tonight, so I got no social life. So we'll see what. Gotta watch.
I
these
couldn't have
now.
told you that.
Again, thank you, Trevor. Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate it.
Anything for friends, sir. So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with all the picks. I mean, I can't entirely agree with the ones that I haven't seen yet, but that's just because I haven't seen them yet. But I'm sure that once I actually give those a watch and some recognition, I'll be a bit more. What's the word?
I don't know the word.
I don't know the word either. I'll probably agree with the decision that was made, honestly, because
Conformative?
I mean, if you guys said, yeah, exactly, I'll be more.
I'm teasing.
I'll be more informed. I'll be more informed on how good the films are. So I'm excited to check out the ones that I didn't get to see. But yeah,
Plus, you have different judges, and everybody has different favorites,
Mhm.
Which is why, again, that we add the extra, categories just to get even more brick films mentioned that, we feel really deserve to have mentions in some way.
But we're also definitely going to be coordinating with all the current list of judges and figure out ways to improve the process. I think I'm going to, definitely make possibly a video that kind of describes a good tactic for when you're judging to make sure you have a solid top 10 list.
Right.
Which can include more than 10 films. But because there's ties. So if you're not in the top 10, you don't get any points in the category. And I definitely want to talk to everybody about trying to improve the process.
Yeah. I mean, as I was the judge, I could say my two favorites though were definitely The Milkman and Welcome to Darkmoor. They were my favorites. I mean, they were equal for me.
Those are two.
And
really
they could have
solid
tied as far as I was concerned.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yet they're both very different, and that's why it's so hard. I mean, you have one that's over 12 minutes long, but they're both original, both brilliantly animated, great story, great voice acting. I mean, what more can you ask for in those things? And
Right.
It's tough, only one can win, and
that's
hard.
the beauty. That's the beauty of, I think, like any award show. It's just how how diverse a lot of these films are that get nominated for these awards. And the fact that you can learn about different genres or find out about different voice actors or composers through stuff like it, and get to like improve your own work as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for some composers now after getting a good look at that list.
Yeah, I feel
You're
like
talking about.
Oh, God.
So I would just say you're talking about the composers. Someone I would look into, Trev, is X Sims or Xavier. He does the soundtrack for Ace Brickman.
I know. Yeah.
He was nominated.
He does outstanding stuff, and for anybody else watching, I would definitely hit that man up. I don't know if his commissions are open right now, but I think I would just shoot him a message either on Instagram or I think he's on Twitter too. Just ask him, could you do this? Like, give him a time slot, and because what I'll do is I'll send him the clips I've got, and I'll say, the kind of feel I'm going for, and then I just let him have free reign, and he hasn't disappointed me yet. So I think if you're looking to a composer, I'd look into him because he's honestly one of the best best soundtrack composers.
Composers, yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I would recommend.
And just to double check for Monkeys, will the list of all the nominees be posted along with the results? Or will people have to go back through the video to check if they're looking for, say, a specific video?
I'll see about that.
Okay.
No, we're just going to have to watch the video again and give us another video.
No,
I mean, that's a pretty good tactic, actually.
It's very smart.
That is pretty.
I will probably do it for some of them. I still have to write the blogs, which is going to take me probably an hour to do.
Right.
I think I done it today, but I was lazy.
I just happened to go on the website again, and I see the picture of all of us at Brick Fair and how we photoshopped Jared's sig fig in.
Well,
I didn't even know
Jared.
that the picture was on the website.
I was there spiritually.
You were, but you'll actually be there this year though, which is awesome.
Force Ghost.
Hopefully.
That's right.
Sure, and we'll replace it or add it. We'll just add it in there.
Yep. We'll just keep photoshopping in sig figs until it works.
I'll just be photoshopped in there for the rest of eternity.
We'll Photoshop over top of Jared, even though he's actually physically there.
There we go. That's what I want.
I have a good. I think I've got a good picture of Jared. We could Photoshop in there.
I'd rather not. Sam, let's not do that.
I love that picture. It's on my Snapchat.
There you go.
It's my favorite picture.
I actually love that group picture of us. With Jared, of course.
Yeah, with me. I was there.
Well, this year I'll actually have like my camera. We'll take like some actual like really nice high quality photos of just everybody who's there, because it's going to be a big event with a bunch of Brickfilmers there, hopefully.
Indeed.
And I'm very excited. So. I'm also fairly excited.
The website has 2 Brickfilmers from Idaho. That's just insane. No one goes to Idaho. And there's 2 of them on the website.
What are you talking about? I was born in Idaho.
If you can go to those little Facebook things of what states you've been to, and it's like anybody that does it generally, except for you, of course, no one's been to Idaho. That's the one state no one went to. It's gorgeous there. I mean, I'd love to go visit there and go snow skiing.
Who wouldn't?
Oh, definitely worthwhile. Yeah,
I mean, Colorado's cool
as well.
too.
Colorado's the bomb.
Colorado is. It's been a while since last I was there, but skiing out there is just it's a lot of fun.
in Utah is actually really good too.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about. I've always wanted to go out to Utah, just for the skiing and the scenery and everything as well.
I mean,
still checking out a few things here. I think we probably should get a little bit of discussion in about the Brickfilm Day entries that are going on. I know we're only just on the first day, but let's get some mention for that.
Happy
for
Brickfilm
sure.
Day.
Yeah, happy Brickfilm Day. Merry Brickfilm Day.
That first one this morning, the Boba Fett one, was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I dug it.
Strong start.
I must attest, I have only watched Star Wars Studio 100's video so far. I haven't gotten around to watching the others yet.
I liked it. It had that. It really had a neat feel, kind of like all the credits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some good compositing there. I mean, that's not the word.
Text
close. Design?
Yeah, you're close.
Yeah, something like that or whatnot. But I definitely got a laugh out of that. Good work, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's see. Sam, your trailer is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay. So that's
I've
March
got it set
8th.
on Premiere.
So March 8th is Ace Brickman. March 9th is my Hidden Side video. You two weren't able to get entry in time.
No.
For monkeys, did you submit something, or I'm blanking out now?
The awards, Chris.
Well, yeah, the awards, of course. I meant Brickfilm wise. Oh gosh.
Oof. Yours is at 10 tonight, right, Chris?
No, I'm on Monday actually. Monday. At...
Okay. I thought I.
Oh wow, so it goes until Monday. Oh yeah. Duh, it goes
it's 3 days this year.
Yeah, let me pull up.
I kept thinking it from yesterday.
Yeah, we got 75 films in this thing. It's insane.
Which is nuts.
Because last year we did it every 15 minutes, and so there was a lot of films spread out through I think over 2 days. And now this year, since it saves us a lot of time to spread it out, by 30 minutes to an hour, so it's a lot easier for us, the guys that advertise these things, because we have to go to Instagram and Twitter and Discord, so it makes it a lot easier. So now it's spread out over the course of 3 days.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull
I'm really hoping I can enter next year. That's my plan. Both that and BFG as well.
Let's see here.
Well, with the deal
giant.
So... With the deal to die for, you'll mop up.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
He's gotta get it finished first.
I'd like to think that the memes are helping actually generate hype. Or maybe it's just a meme and we've ruined it. Who knows?
We do have
You've ruined it. I can.
How have we ruined it? Tell me, how have we ruined it?
You've ruined my sanity.
I mean, your film is so great, some idiot parodied it before it came out, so...
Oh my gosh.
The deal to die for, 2 for sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, now I want Jimmy John's. Thanks, guys.
Same. Anyway, well, I'm pretty happy with all the results.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you are.
You especially have license to be.
No, not about Ace Brick or anything. I was genuinely happy. Genuinely.
Yep.
You had it.
Anyway, I was really, a lot of the entries surprised, the winners surprised me, but they still deserve. I mean, Milkman is. I think I slept on it for a while. I was like, it doesn't sound interesting. But when I watched it, I was like, okay, yeah, I should have watched this when it came out.
It's a really professional, great film. Yeah.
The 3D
I'm surprised he didn't enter it in Brick-a-Brack's Halloween contest. It would have really done well.
It totally would have won.
Names.
Yeah.
The one thing.
He should do
that. I'm
that.
all out of names.
The one thing that surprised me with the Milkman was the glass falling. The
glass breaking. Yeah, that one.
For some reason I thought that was real. The first time I saw it, and I was like, "How did he do that?" And then I was like, "Oh, it was 3D."
Yeah, it's a really impressive render, honestly.
Yeah.
But the fact that oh god.
Go ahead.
I was saying
go ahead.
Oof. We have a standoff. I guess the fact that you had to go back through and look at it again just shows how well that render blended into the rest of it, I would dare say. Because I had the same exact thing when I was judging through it. So at that point I was like, all right, make sure to mark down the special effects part on the sheet.
I liked it after he drank the milk and then he turned into the cow, but you just saw it in the shadow.
That was freaky. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I don't remember that part.
That was amazing.
Like, I did not see coming and something. Oh, see, this is what you're doing, Chihuahua. Okay. Help.
Oh, there it is.
That was such an amazing effect. I was like, how did he do that? That was just so cool.
It's just very impressive of what he can do.
Yeah, because it's a fairly contained story too. Like, you know, it's a very small and much more like intimate sort of endeavor, where it's really just like more of a character focused piece. And you know, there's not a ton of story to it. There's not like a ton of backstory to it, but you know, it's just it's a very entertaining and creative spin on
crisp
the
and
traditional
clean, and you know, just his animation is beautiful, of course. My favorite word. But everything is just so perfectly done. It just looks real, you know. It just looks like you're looking into somebody's house and this is really happening. The voices and everything. It all worked perfectly together. I loved it.
Yeah, and I love Brock Baker. So seeing him involved in that project was
so cool.
Remind me what Brock Baker does again?
He's a voice impressionist, yeah, and
okay,
voice actor, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, seriously talented.
Yeah, he's great. I follow him on a lot of his social media accounts, and it's always a blast watching his stuff.
Anyway, I just rewatched the Milkman, the cow changing scene, and yeah, I have no words for that. That is really well done. Really, the whole thing. The ending shot of him leaving in the truck though. That one's pretty good too. I'm trying to figure out how he did
changes
that.
from the milk to the butcher. It's like, oh man.
Because that's also, I believe that's also a render. Oh.
I think a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ending
a lot
spot,
of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that latter stuff is
yeah.
rendered, I believe.
By the
So.
way, I just noticed it. Whenever he's turning into the cow, do you notice that the milkman is right outside the window with that weird face?
Yeah.
Did anybody else notice that? Did I?
Yep.
That face will be in my nightmares.
It's definitely a creepy brick film.
Yeah. Oh, I watched it a few times, so it was awesome every single time.
Exactly. Yeah.
That face, man. Like, you know, like
Sam.
When you see it, it's like there's a pit in your stomach where you feel like you're gonna die. Same thing. It's the
That's
same
a
thing.
straight reaction to a brick film, but I don't want to argue.
Like,
I can't.
that's something.
I can't.
Okay, so it's like when Chris did that Rebecca or that GP. What is it? Goldberg Productions, Sean. That anime girl. Every time I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna die. I just had this gut feeling, but that's what that face does, and I think that's why it works really well. Is because it gives you that feeling.
It just makes me want to die. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Don't you feel that way?
Drink milk.
Anyway,
Yeah.
drink milk, which makes it really creepy because I have like 3 glasses of milk a day. So now I'm like, am I gonna turn into a cow?
You're 3 times as likely.
I was like, cool. I didn't want,
Well, guys, they figured out why Sam can't come to Brick Fair this year.
turning into a cow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I have a no pets policy.
Right.
No, the Airbnb, no pets.
All right, Sam, you got to move along now.
Oh,
All right. Well,
no.
I think that concludes our podcast. After Chris's bad pun, I think we're gonna wrap up.
It's actually kind of a low-key good segue.
Very.
We have been going for quite a bit, but yeah. Well, thank you, Four Monkeys, for coming along and joining us and hosting the awards and judging and just all the incredible things that you do. Audience, thank these people. They are amazing.
They work hard.
They are.
And go make your bed.
Go make your bed. Absolutely.
That's what you guys are for.
Trev, if you made your bed.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it, and we love, watching your reactions when you're playing our little festival results. It's really cool, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, our pleasure.
And Chris, congrats to you, and Sam, congrats to you. So well done, guys.
Trevor,
next year, congrats.
Just sit in the corner here and just
enter.
I'm just living
Next
life,
year.
guys. I'm having a great time.
Jared's just living life.
Brick
I'm
City
just
Cops
living
2.
flying by the seat of his pants.
He's just relaxing,
Living
all
life.
cool, shooting some b-ball in the neighborhood.
Outside the school.
Outside the school.
sorry.
You have
Whatever.
failed, sir.
Hey, you know what? It's still funny. Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, you can find you'll just go rewatch the beginning of that video and find all their links. Go subscribe to the or go join their Discord as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a really wonderful place to just hang out and talk with more brick filmers. So yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Congrats again to the winners. Congrats to everyone who entered. Fantastic job all around.
We're excited to see the rest of the Brickfilm Day entries as well over the next couple days. It's an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Well, on behalf of the podcast, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you as we start our next season. Ooh.